I'm totally fine. I'm proud of you guys. And we got another step. Every week in playoffs, we got to reset. Okay? This one's in the books. We'll get a little bit better tomorrow in the weight room. We'll see the film, and it's time to ride next week. All right? Get ready to rock. We got Wadsworth. Let's go. Yeah!
Crazy pressure on them all night. Talk about the line play and how you were able to get in the backfield so often.
Well, I mean, I guess we kind of got a little bit lucky. Unfortunately, you never want to see an injury, especially to the opposing team. But their quarterback went down, and that kind of opened a little bit up for us. They brought in like their younger quarterback, and we were able to get to him a little bit more. He wasn't as quick, wasn't as shifty. So we just kind of fought through, kind of just worked our stuff. We're fast. I mean, everyone knows that. You guys know that. So we just used that to our advantage and really got to that quarterback. So that's pretty much our game plan. So we came out ready to go.
How exciting is it for you guys to get into the postseason and say that you can dominate on the defense the same way you have all year?
Yeah, it's gonna be I mean, Wadsworth, I think they won their game probably. So they're gonna be a pretty big challenge next week. They got a big offense, they're a really good offense. So we're really gonna have to worry about them and prepare for them. So it's gonna be a game next week, that's for sure.
Did you guys have to do anything different tonight? Maple Heights kind of has a more dynamic offense than some of the teams you see in the SWC.
Very much. We definitely prepared for that quarterback. Our sophomore quarterback, our JV quarterback, he's pretty quick. So he got in a lot on scout team this week, and we just kind of prepared for the elusive quarterback a little bit. Just kind of prepared for that quickness. So that's what we did, and it worked to our advantage. So we did pretty good with that.
Their linebacker would come up, and I'd press the gap, and I'd just bounce it wherever the line was pushing them. They was creating great holes, and I was just hitting them quick.
First couple possessions, the Maple Heights was kind of able to jam up the middle and stop you guys. Did you make any adjustments, or did you kind of feel like you wore them out?
They just started getting tired. Their D-line and their O-line are just going both ways every time. So we just knew if we just kept pounding them, they'd keep getting tired, and our line would get a push, and we'd eventually be able to keep getting yards.
How much does it help when you get into postseason football to be able to run the ball and pound it down those throats?
Oh, it's real big, especially when Mike can't feel his hands and his hands are getting stiff, that we could just be able to run the ball, and our line's just getting a great push and having a great year so far.
What does this mean to get another win on your home field?
It feels great. Now just on to round 2. All our minds focused on the next round.
Again, those guys getting after the punt, be able to block a couple and force a couple bad ones just helped our offense, especially when our offense isn't rolling. So next week we got to figure out how to manufacture some offense in the first half, especially when we start on the +40.
Your tackles for losses today.
Yeah, I know, and we had, unfortunately, they're a special group. They're kind of a once in a lifetime group. I couldn't ask for better players up front. Unfortunately, we lost one of them. Jack McCrum. We lost him to an illness on Thursday. He was here tonight. It was rough for him, but he was here tonight. But, Caden Videncourt stepped in and had an amazing game. So I'm proud of him stepping in for his first start, and I think he did a hell of a job. But up front, all the way across, Sintek, Kovacs, Marsh, they're a special group. And they're going to get after it, and they're going to keep us in games. And as long as they continue to thrive and continue to eat, then I feel pretty good moving forward. Overall, again, we got to manufacture some offense in the first half. If our defense is, they're going to only put us in good positions so often, especially in the playoffs. So when we get the ball in the +40, we got to get something out of it, and we didn't get that. I think it was twice tonight in the first half. So right there, whether it's us. It's me for right now. So I'm going to put the blame on myself, and I got to figure out a way to manufacture some points and get us rolling and somehow walk away with something.
When you looked at the other team, they lost their quarterback for the second half. What do you think the defense saw in terms of
Remember, that was their second quarterback. That was their backup. They lost in the second half. Yeah, and that's unfortunate for them. Again, for Coach Washington to throw that together. When you lose your starter, and I don't even know why he wasn't starting today. He rolled up and he was on jeans. So, that's always when you look across the aisle and you see that, you're like, that's unfortunate for them. So, but that young man's going to be pretty good. When you can run the ball that effectively, it always feels good. I told the radio at half that was our goal coming out, and I think we had like 14 rushes for 100-something yards in the second half. So I'm proud of our kids, especially how young we are on the offensive line with 3 juniors and 2 sophomores, and then Max Vonderleith, our 1 senior. He spells guys here and there, and he did a great job tonight. So all the way up the front.
What's the key to what those guys are able to do up front?
The really biggest thing is communication, and it starts with our center, Griffin Romez, and then when Brady Showalter, when he goes down, or Showalter, I have a Showalter and a Showalter. I get tongue twisted. But when Brady, I know, right? When Brady goes into center, man, you know, it's the same thing. It's got to be communication all across the board. Alex Padgett's obviously our anchor. Kevin McKinley and Joe Lubertozzi, both of them are more of our pull guys. But when those 5 work together and they go 5-on-5 hats, they just put our whole offense in a much better situation. Takes a lot of pressure off our quarterback, and then we continue to start rolling.